right, boys and girls. So today we're going to talk about the simplest form of a fraction and how to find it. This week I broke up this lesson into two parts. The first one we're going to do a lot of explaining and I'll show you one example, and then the second video you'll watch we'll just get together and work out a lot of these problems. And I want to make sure you guys are feeling really confident. So our title up at the top is Simplest Form Part 1. It is underlined, Fractions Week 2, and I have the date. Wonderful. So the simplest form of a fraction, this is straight from the book, is when the greatest common factor of the numerator and the denominator is 1. So for me, I wrote it out like this, which made more sense to me. Basically, this means you can no longer divide the numerator and denominator by the same number in order to make the fraction smaller. So you've hit your roadblock. You can't make it any smaller. There's no number that goes into either of them evenly. You're done. You can't divide them by the same number anymore. Do not pass go. This is known as the simplest form. It's as small as this fraction is going to be. And yeah. Okay, so example number 1, and I'm pulling this from page 563 if you're following along in your ebook. Example number 1, we have 12 over 22. Well, right away, my little fraction red flags are going off, and I notice that those are both what types of numbers? They're both even, right? So I know that I'm always going to be able to divide them by 2. But just to be sure there isn't a larger number that we can divide them by to find our simplest fraction, I'm going to go ahead and list my factors of 12 and 22, just like we practiced on Friday. So if this feels familiar, this is exactly what we did. That was our building block in order to get here. So my factors for 22, factors for 12. 1 times 12 equals 12. Good, that works. I have 2 times 6 equals 12, correct? Good. 3 times 4 equals 12. Beautiful, that works. And I have 4 times 3, which equals 12. 6 times 2, which equals 12. And now I'm at the end. 12 times 1 equals 12. Are there any other numbers that I can multiply together to make 12? No. List my factors of 22. Okay. 1 times 22 is 22. 2 times 11 is 22. 11 times 2 is also 22. And 22 times 1 is also 22. I'm noticing something. So my factors for 22 ended when I hit 22, and my factors for 12 ended when I hit 12. Right, because I'm not going to use a bigger number to multiply to get a smaller number. Yeah, so look for those little hints and those little roadblocks. Anyways, so when I look at these list of factors, which ones do they have in common? Well, they have a 1 in common. That is a common factor. Let's see if they have another one. They have a 2 that's in common. Anything bigger? Seeing 11, 22, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Nope, not really. So the largest factor that they have in common is 2. So I guess I was right all along. I could have just divided them by 2, but I'm really glad I checked. My next step is to divide 12 by 2 and 22 by 2. 12 over 2, 12 divided by 2, is 6. 22 divided by 2 equals 11. So I'm going to represent my simplest fraction like this. 6 over 11. 12 over 22 is the same as 6 over 11. But which one is the simplest form? Which one uses smaller numbers to represent the same value? 6/11, 6 over 11, right? Cool. All right, that wraps that lesson up. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.